What's up, everybody? Back again making videos. I don't know, I just felt compelled to. Just wanted to talk again, you know? The topic I want to talk about is men's mental health. June, I hear, is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And I just want to put out some words of encouragement to any of the men out there struggling, any young boys, teenagers, trying to figure out things in life, trying to manage their own emotions and thoughts. It's a crazy world, and to an extent, I think men are still seen deep down as the ones that need to be the leaders, be the providers, the protectors. It's not always a easy task, but I think that the most important thing that we can have, besides a relationship with God, or if whatever you'd like to call a higher power, would be a connection among each other to support one another. I think, as I've said in the previous videos, I struggled with anxiety and depression before, and now it's like I can look at these things, there's chapters in my life that were very difficult, as a gift, because I learned how to work with my own emotions, understand how my mind works, understand how my habits and my behaviors tie into my outlook, my perspective. And I think the most important thing is, the internet tries to put out this perception, like, you get out all these routines, you do all this stuff, you make this amount of money, it's like you constantly have to become. You can never just live in the moment. I think that's what society generally pushes, and I disagree with it. I do believe in development, but we all develop at our own pace, and we all have issues where we can relate to one another, but ultimately it's going to be our own way, our own path, how we're going to decide to get through that. To any men out there struggling, whatever you're going through, just know you're not alone. Just know that there are guys and even women out there that care about you, and most importantly, that God really does care about you. God wants to see you through this all. Between politics and the social atmosphere can seem very volatile and unforgiving, but ultimately, I think that if you develop a good relationship with yourself and are honest with yourself, and you understand that you can't do it alone, I think that God starts to send in more help, more guidance, because your perspective changes. It's not all about you anymore. It's not about what you can receive from people. It's about what you have to give, and we all have something to give into the world. One of the best tools as well for me with mental health is to maintain my sense of humor. My life in this body on this earth, it's not going to be forever. And I truly do believe that the afterlife is a beautiful thing, where we can feel this sense of peace that is almost impossible to feel on this earth, or impossible to maintain, I should say. But but that doesn't mean that we should rush to get there. There's lessons to be learned on this earth. There's lessons in every day, and honestly, you're going to have some bad days. You're going to have days where you don't want to try. And I think the best solution is to combine a mixture of compassion for yourself and discipline for yourself. Be understanding with yourself. Know what you went through. Face the emotions that are difficult to face. But at the same time, don't let these things stifle you or stop you. You can't always run in fear of what you haven't yet faced. The fear, as I think I've said in a previous video, can kind of compound, becomes larger than it really is. And another big piece of advice, this is one thing that really I've been feeling lately, is don't put so much stock in other people's opinion of your life, you know? Some of the greatest people, the people that have done the greatest accomplishments or have made a big impact, they weren't afraid to go against what the crowd was telling them. They weren't afraid to take a stand, to say something that may not be considered tough or popular or, but don't be afraid to authentically be yourself. And, I think if you can balance that with maintaining your emotions, find a expressive outlet, something that can allow you to release if you feel any anger, if you feel any sadness. You can write about it, you can try boxing, you can play guitar, make music, make paintings, you can just take a deep breath, you can meditate, you can be out in nature. There's so much that life has to offer us, but I almost see it like tuning into a radio station. You can tune out all the best that life has to offer and just tune into whatever bullshit society puts in front of you. Or you can learn to dial it down from all the society stuff and just kind of get back into living in your body, May God bless you all. To the men out there, I'm rooting you on. You got this. These battles were meant to be overcome, and there's so much love that God has for each of us. On that note, I'm going to close it out. I'll try to start making more videos again, but just hope you all have a great day. God bless.